Here's a question that will change how you see one of the most famous companies on Earth. What business is McDonald's actually in? If you said burgers, you're wrong. If you said fast food, you're wrong. McDonald's is one of the largest real estate companies on Earth. They own over $40 billion worth of land and property around the world. The burgers? That's just how they find their tenants. This is the story of the most brilliant and most hidden business model in history. It started in 1940 in San Bernardino, California. Two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, opened a small drive-in restaurant. Nothing special, just burgers, fries, and milkshakes. But in 1948, they did something revolutionary. They shut down for 3 months, fired all their staff, and completely redesigned how food was made. Instead of a full menu, they cut it to 9 items. Instead of plates, paper bags. Instead of cooks who made everything. An assembly line where each person did one job, over and over. They called it the Speedy Service System. A burger in 30 seconds. Fries in 60 seconds. Prices cut in half. It worked. Lines went around the block. Other restaurant owners came from across America just to watch how they operated. By 1953, other entrepreneurs were begging to open their own McDonald's locations. The brothers started franchising, and that's when a traveling salesman named Ray Kroc walked through the door. Ray Kroc was 52 years old. He sold milkshake machines for a living. He had driven to San Bernardino because the McDonald brothers had ordered 8 of his machines, more than any other customer. When he saw the operation, he knew immediately this was the future. He convinced the brothers to let him become their national franchise agent. His deal: he would open McDonald's locations across America and take a small percentage of every sale. The brothers agreed. They were happy with their one restaurant. They didn't want the stress of expansion. Kroc opened his first McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois in 1955. Then another, then 10 more, then 100. But there was a problem. Kroc was making almost no money. His percentage of sales was too small. Franchisees kept most of the profits. Kroc was working 80-hour weeks and barely covering his costs. He needed a completely new business model, and a financial advisor named Harry Sonborn gave him one. That would change everything. Harry Sonborn sat down with Kroc and said something that sounds simple, but was actually genius. Ray, you're not in the food business. You're in the real estate business. Here was the idea. Instead of just signing franchise agreements, McDonald's Corporation would buy or lease the land and buildings where each restaurant opened, then rent that property back to the franchisee at a markup. The franchisee paid McDonald's rent, plus a percentage of sales, plus franchise fees. Suddenly, McDonald's had 3 income streams instead of 1, and the real estate, unlike burgers, appreciated in value over time. Kroc launched a new company called Franchise Realty Corporation in 1956. Its only job was to find, acquire, and hold real estate for McDonald's locations. This changed everything. By choosing locations strategically, near highways, schools, shopping centers, McDonald's wasn't just picking restaurant spots. They were making real estate investments that would be worth 10 times more in 20 years. Today, McDonald's owns the land and buildings for thousands of its locations worldwide. The real estate alone is valued at over $40 billion. In many cases, even if a McDonald's restaurant closed tomorrow, McDonald's Corporation would still make money because they own the land underneath it. Ray Kroc eventually bought out the McDonald brothers in 1961 for $2.7 million. Richard McDonald later said it was a mistake. He calculated that if they had kept even a small royalty percentage, they would have received over $100 million per year by the 1980s. But Kroc had the vision, the hunger, and the business model. By 1963, McDonald's was selling 1 million burgers per day. By 1968, there were 1,000 locations. By 1980, there were 6,000. Today, 40,000 locations in 100 countries. McDonald's serves 69 million customers every single day. That's more people than the entire population of France. But the most shocking number isn't the burgers. McDonald's real estate portfolio generates over $6 billion per year, just in rent from franchisees. That's more than most countries' entire GDP. The company that looks like it sells burgers is actually one of the most powerful landlords on earth. So what can you learn from McDonald's? 1. The product you sell and the business you're in can be completely different things. McDonald's sells burgers to find tenants. The real product is real estate. 2. The franchise model is one of the most powerful wealth-building systems ever invented. McDonald's gets paid whether a restaurant succeeds or fails because they own the land. 3. The best business models have multiple income streams. Franchise fees plus rent plus percentage of sales. 3 rivers all flowing into the same ocean. Next time you drive past a McDonald's, remember, you're not looking at a fast food restaurant. You're looking at a $40 billion real estate empire with a really good marketing strategy. Subscribe, because next week we're covering the rise of Coca-Cola, how a syrup invented by a bankrupt doctor in 1886 became the most valuable brand on earth. See you Thursday.